I used to believe that nobody can cheat on you without you knowing. The signs are always.
I know, I've not met some people.
Some people are very, very good at hiding things.
You will see.
Some people are very good at hiding things, but in conversations, if you truly have conversations with people and you check and you are very observant, you will know that this person has the potential to cheat on you. You might not know they are actually cheating, but you know that this person has the potential.
Welcome to another episode of the Convo Movie Review. Guys, you guys are amazing. I'm telling you, I need to give you this thumb up. You have given us so many views, 5,000 views in just 2 weeks. It's not bad. So, right, guys, I'm with these amazing people, but you know, the real MVP of this program is you guys. If you don't watch, if you don't subscribe, we are nothing. So, guys, I just want to do a quick shout out to Salim. If you want to know all about our work, artwork, contact Salim Adeboye on Instagram, Salim_Adeboye. Follow him and get your art collection. I will not be doing today's review alone. I'll be doing with my awesome, amazing guests. These guys are the best. I'm telling you this. They are the best. In my left hand, I have weighing 250 kilograms, just like boxing. The amazing, ever beautiful, on point. Amaka, we know they disappoint. Amaka on point. How you doing, Amaka?
I'm okay. Hi, everyone. I'm excited to be here. And I can't wait to dive into today's episode.
Even your voice, they give me ring. All right. With me, you know now, when you see a man, you must see another man. Understand well, this man is philosophical, is spiritual, and I'm telling you, he's amazing. He's not jack of all trades, master of none, but he's better than master of nothing, really. But this man, Sabi, I have sat down with him, eat with him. I'm telling you, you know so much. And maybe when we start our history channel, you know that this guy is epitome of wisdom. The amazing Wayne 1,000 billion pounds. Shegu, how are you doing?
Great to be here. Great to be. Always a nice time on the movie review. So looking forward to it.
Yes, I think this movie review is the best time.
Yeah.
The time where I can just talk about movie and go into that fantasy
and relax,
world. Yeah, and just enjoy ourselves. So today we'll be reviewing a beautiful movie starring Etim Daniel and Bimbo Ademoye, fantastic artist. The title of the movie is Here Comes the Bride. It is on YouTube channel right now, doing well. And you guys, you need to see the movie. If you're somebody that love, I'm telling you, love is everywhere. Love in the air. You can get it on Royal Arts TV on YouTube. Yeah. Guys, let me start with the ladies first. What do you think about the movie?
The movie is actually exciting. It's a great movie. And make sure you watch the movie.
Exciting. Yeah. Because there's love.
I'm a lover girl. You know, I said it before. So, yeah.
Love. Your husband will enjoy you. Love. Mr. Check, what do you think?
Standout movie. Love movie.
Wow.
Fantastic job from the actor and the actress and the producers and everybody. So Here Comes the Bride is a movie with a lot of spices in terms of when we talk about cheating, infidelity. That's like a common thing.
Yeah.
But a very, very exciting movie.
Now let's start with this. Ibo Kwenu.
Hey.
You see, is it a taboo, really, guys? And we need to talk about this. Is it a taboo to give on the wedding day to give palm wine to another man because your husband is not available?
Yes, it is. It's a taboo in some parts of Igbo land. It shows disrespect. More like you're disrespecting your family. Because
even the in-law family said.
Yes, even the in-law family. Because everybody, basically, before you wed, everybody already knows who you are getting married to. So why are you not giving the palm wine to somebody else? So it's a taboo.
It's a great taboo. So what do you think?
I think first of all, I'm not Igbo, but I think from the outside, whenever I say it's a very good tradition.
Yeah, wonderful.
It's a very good tradition because every society has their own tradition. Really, I think, but it's just that in the Western world, which is something that we have imbibed so much now.
Yeah,
this idea of a man kneeling down for a woman to propose, it's not an African thing.
Yeah, it's
true. A Western world. But one of the things that connotes our own culture is that women kneel to present. It's still the same. And I think what it just means is kneeling down simply means an act of submission.
Yes.
It means this is the person I have, decided to come under, for protection, for provision. Wow. This is the person I really. So I think it's a very nice concept. But I think our own is nice. It's nice in the sense of a woman kneeling, but I don't think the other aspect of Western world, I don't particularly like it. But I feel movies and everything is portraying that you have to propose to.
Let's just digress a little bit. Let's look at this kneeling down to propose. And it's like, Amaka, would you like someone to kneel down for you?
Yes.
Like I should just.
It's not really like full kneel, just going on one kneel and just pop the ring. Will you marry me?
Pop the ring. Yes, but what about the man that just come to you and say, woman, take, one marry?
No.
That one is not romantic now.
Not romantic.
How would you just take? If you even hide the ring safe, that one is more romantic. You can just hide it in a strategic place. When you know that once the lady is doing one or two, just see the ring. Oh my God, he's proposing.
Shagu, do you think it's really ideal? I want to just twist that question a little bit. Do you think it's ideal for men to just kneel down around? Just see it. Even elderly people that want to do, they call it, Yoruba call it tumigbe, or they want to remarry or rekindle their love. Renew their vow. You see old man kneeling down again. What's going on here?
Yeah, I think the only value that thing brings is just the aesthetic value in terms of, for me, if the person you are with, this is my own advice, if the person you are with wants you to do that, because in conversations, you try to gauge if she's such a kind of person. And when you see that she's a kind of person that loves you kneeling down to propose, I think just to make her happy, do it really.
To fulfill righteousness.
And also, there's also a tradition. I used to tell people that it balances itself out in the sense of you are trying to propose now, the way we have got in our culture currently, you're trying to propose now, the man kneels down for the woman. Oh, will you marry me, right? But when it comes to wedding day, the first food they will eat as in our own case in Yoruba culture, the first food you will eat as a married person, your wife kneels down
and give
you. I don't know about the Igbo, but I also know this wine. So I think it just balances itself out. So people should not, because one of the mistakes, this last one I'll say, one of the mistakes we've made in our culture is that we have been so much, I don't want to use brainwashed, that we think that a man kneeling down to propose to a wife is romantic, is nice, but a woman kneeling down to feed her husband is oppressive.
I noticed that.
Yeah, it shouldn't be like that. Let's just enjoy it together, really.
Let's just enjoy it. Let's
join together and do it together and eat it. It's good.
Okay, so guys, let's talk about another thing in that movie that I noticed. Now, the question of social media, this social media of a thing, because I saw in the movie that this lady, she has about millions of followers, and she wants to showcase her wedding like everybody. There was one wedding like that. This lady, P something, what's her name? James, what's her name? That we're everywhere on social media. Vicky James. Thank you. Sorry to call that wrong, but fantastic woman. I love the orchestra. Everybody know the man. The man no fi hide. The man no fi hide. But is it a good thing? Okay, let's start with the positive side of social media. We saw it where the man have to run out of the wedding ground or the occasion just to save some things, maybe save the scandal from coming out. My question is, social media, what are the good signs of social media, even for married couples? What are the signs, Amaka?
The good signs of social media. At least if your husband is cheating,
you go know.
You go quick find out. Because it's everywhere in your page. So it's not hidden. So at least that way you know that once, but then that one self is still kind of disrespectful in the sense that everybody already knows, and then they're not seeing him outside again with somebody else. More like a slap to the wife's face.
So terrible. And what other thing? Just what? There's this couple doing comedy together, skits,
they're still bonding,
money, revenue, getting money from
getting money, bonding time, yes.
Showing fake things. Showing love outside. So, Shag, what do you think? Positive sides of social media?
Yeah, I think you say one of the major ones is an extra stream of income for newlywed couples, and also social media. A lot of things we learn today come from the media space. Because imagine you can be here. We were discussing something before we started shooting about how that you can be in Nigeria like this. You don't even have the funds to travel out, for example.
Yeah,
and you can be attending an Harvard lecture.
Yes, exactly.
Online. So you can just see. So it's something that is very, very nice. You can develop yourself as individuals.
That's true.
And also you can also learn from people experiences.
Exactly.
Yes.
So there are a lot of positive, but I think, are we talking about the negative now?
No, you're free. Just jump on it.
But the negative now is social media presents you with one of the most dangerous drugs to have ever existed. If you're not careful, you can become a drug addict, and that drug is attention. Attention is the major drug of social media. And
that's true.
It's a drug for people watching. It's a drug for people even creating the content. Yeah. So people creating the content can fall victim of being attention seeking.
Yeah.
And people that are watching can also fall a victim of being addicted to just seeing people and following trends. So I believe attention. I know we are going to discuss more, but attention really can destroy a marriage because, for example, in the olden days or in past eras, you had a man and his wife can be relatively okay in a city, a society where the wife is happy, the husband is happy. There's nothing to compare themselves with. They manage with their own conditions. But today, a woman or a man, or a woman, let's start from a woman can just pick up the social media or the phone and see a same woman, a fellow woman in this country being given $10,000 or being given a car or getting a Lamborghini. And if you're not careful, if you don't have that self-esteem in check, if you don't have that peer pressure in check, you can easily fall. You see, also in the men's aspect of things, you can see a guy trying to make it, working hard, trying to make everything gel, and he's seeing his fellow person buying a rich yacht of 500 million naira or a car of 500 million naira, or he's buying jewelry of 500 million naira. So social media brings you all the attention, gives you all the information, and sometimes you need to be matured enough to know what to go by. So I think these are the issues.
But Amaka, let's just talk about the bad angle of social media. I know you said something about attention, but what about maintaining the standard? When like us now, we started now and we are doing fine, and we have our fans right now looking at us saying, this educative. What about the standard that at one point you want to go to a certain level to maintain the standard? Do you think standard of social media is something that has killed a lot of creators?
Yes. I think it has killed a lot of creators. And again, you notice, let's use artists, those artists that sing. Let's use them as example. Once they release a viral song and they cannot attain that in
level.
fact, they do all it takes to be able to keep that position. They do all it takes to keep bringing in new songs that is trending, songs that is going to...
That's true.
Just like how we said, attention is just, it kills people. And I think a lot of people have actually committed suicide because of this. Low-key, it's not loud, but low-key, I feel a lot of people have committed suicide.
Okay.
And again, it's also this, fake life now.
Yeah, fake life.
We all know that we shouldn't listen to everything we see on social media. We shouldn't we should know that most of them are not real.
Yeah, I love them.
Because you will see somebody that is telling you, I'm doing fit farm, I'm in the gym, and you realize that the yash is not even real.
We don't want to say it that way. The back castle.
She'll tell you, I've been at the gym, I'm always at the gym, I'm eating one meal a day.
There's even one I saw, on a lighter mode really. There's one I saw, a woman just came just one muzzle or like muzzle of swallow and just muscle and say, the husband said, what are you doing? I'm watching my weight. And she just closed the curtain, get to the next stage. If you see that Gary Yeba with soup, everything, 3-5 minutes together. This social media thing.
So we should always remember that not everything we see on social media is real. So let's be able to filter the information we need, and the ones that we don't need, throw it away.
But let us, before we continue about social media, one bad impact of social media that we noticed in that movie is blackmail. Now, they did not really show if the guy was actually blackmailed, but for that type of picture to come and leak, to come out on his wedding day, simply means that, yes, we know the guy was promiscuous. Yeah, it was. I don't know. He was promiscuous.
He was a cheat. Let's say the truth.
you know, big English sounds good.
It sounds good. Yeah, exactly.
So the guy was a promiscuous person. So, and on that day, that happened. I know it is good, but why not do it before the D-Day? Why doing it on that day?
It shows that he actually never respects his fiancée.
No, yes, by doing that, but the person
that's a slap on the girl's face.
The person linking the video. What happened?
He even living there safe. Anybody that sees that will feel like, okay, what he went to do is actually very important. And tonight I found out that he went to cheat. Like, bro,
like,
how could you be so low?
You know, try at all.
But Chego, really, leaving your wedding to go out, and maybe he was blackmailed because he received a call. Maybe he was blackmailed.
Okay, let's
went to that place to do something, and the picture was sent out. Do you think?
Yeah. You know. Let me answer that question by first saying that people used to say the only thing that social media does is the attention. You know, it gives a platform where you can know everything that is going on. You can be here and know what is going on in the Pakistan, India. You can actually know what's going on. But you have to understand that social media is a microcosm of life.
Yes, so
it's a subtract of life. So human beings, as we've said many on the podcast, we are not good people. A lot of us, we are not good people and the like. So blackmail, is a part of human nature.
We just do it in different levels.
But it in different levels. But social media now makes it because you can easily get things that people. That's why even on Twitter, you can say something 4 years ago, and people will bring it back to use against you, or people that know you from school, because it's just human nature. What social media does is whatever you put there, it just magnifies it. That's so the issue is not when we are coming here, we're not talking about social media like being, because everything we're talking about, the positive and negative, is not really about the medium of social media. It's about how we interact with social media. So blackmail, people do a lot of terrible things. You even see a case, I think we are aware of the case of a guy that posted his fiancée or his fiance or
wife,
wife, and people say, no, be this one we don't use.
Started bringing
receipts. So what it does is it just magnifies.
So Shegun, after this, guys, I think it's high time that we actually talk about other things on social media that is really giving problems. Like that is cyberbullying. I know when I was in secondary school days that there's bully even in university too, but the one on social media is terrible, especially on X. You just post something, whether meaningful or non-meaningful. Just this thing, the way they will bombast you, destroy your image, destroy your generation, is something else. So, Amaka, what do you think about cyberbullying right now? What do you think?
These people, they tend to forget that those celebrities or whoever they're trying to bully are also human beings. I don't know if they're already seeing them as superhumans. Because the same air you're breathing, the same air the person is breathing, the way you have feelings is also the same way the person has feelings. So I don't see why you would be saying hurtful things to a normal human being like you.
That's true.
If they tell you those things, you know that this thing, I'm going to feel hurt too. So why are you not doing it to people? It doesn't even make sense.
But the problem here is that in that same movie, even though they did not put too much details on these things, I realized that cyberbullying can be as little as stalking someone. Chegun, what do you think about cyberbullying?
First of all, as we always say on the podcast, we're not all good people. And social media is just, what do you call it? As we said, it's just a magnifier. So as regards cyberbullying, first of all, to people that are creating content, one of the things you should know is that not everybody will agree with you.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's okay. As we said, social media is a microcosm of life.
Mm-hmm.
And in life, I used to say something. If you are in a place where everybody agrees with you, run.
Mm-hmm.
It's either they are all lying to you, or in the other way, you are being oppressive. You are forcing them to agree with you. Everybody cannot agree with you. Even on what we say on the podcast, not everybody agrees.
Exactly.
And that's life. That's fine. So, but people will not go the extra mile to want to bully you. I am, for example, I finished from a good secondary school. And one of the things that the secondary school added to me is that there's no insult you want to insult me that will affect me. Because we've been bullied, we've been punished.
You enter body
house.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes when I see people, even on one of our other shows that we are part of, there was one of our trending videos, and some people came disagreeing and they were insulting us. And we were even laughing. That they didn't even spell the way they were insulting us well. So I mean, you have to have a thick skin because once you are in the public space, understand that people are very funny and they will come hard at you. You believe in yourself. Don't let it get to you. If possible, don't even check the comments. Don't check the comment. And it's a popular phrase that has made me to live through this kind of social media or cyberbullying. It's a popular phrase by Dennis Prager. I had it from Dennis Prager very well, first of all. And he said, if the praises do not get to your heart, the abuse will not get to if the praises don't get to your heart, if the praises don't get to your head, the abuse will not get to your heart. So in the sense of,
that's good.
The reason why the insult gets to you is because you allow the praises to get to you.
That's true.
Yeah. When they said the Messiah, the Bible says it did not allow that to get to him. Why? Because he knew paraphrasing that, he knew men. He knows the nature of man. That's Jesus Christ. So don't allow the praises get to your head.
Yeah.
If the praises don't get to your head, the abuse will not get to your heart.
Amaka, can you just do a bit right there on this? Because I know you have so much to talk about cyberbullying and being a woman in content creation. We have so much. And I think there was a time you talk about, is it Korea or something like that? So what do you think about this cyberbullying and how can we stop this thing?
Okay. There's this person I follow. I don't follow the person on TikTok. I'm not going to say the person's name. He gets bullied a lot. So what he does to them is that
I want to hear. It will be funny. Because crazy things are happening on TikTok.
What he does to them is, if you bully him, he was going to print out a t-shirt with your face and he writes RIP.
Jesus.
And throughout that week, he's going to carry your picture and be singing. When somebody dies, all those type of stuff.
That is extreme.
That is what it does.
But I think extreme measures for extreme action. So people that are bullying him, so he's trying to go extreme.
And again, in South Korea, most celebrities, they tend to commit suicide because of
that's
fun. That's sad. That's sad. These people, unlike Nigerians, we have thick skin. Anything you like, say, even if we cry in the closet, we'll be fine later. But those people, sometimes I used to like crazy. How do you guys just any little thing like this, just start trending for bad thing like this? Before you know it.
But Amaka, really, I want to just praise you a little bit so that I'm not a bully. Amaka, you find you can't get sense. You know what? When you said something about South Korea, there's this South Korea guy that every ladies, then I don't know now, and you always see it in every ladies.
Yes.
That guy, I don't think he will have any bully because everybody loves him.
No.
I think recently there was one I can't remember his name, a South Korea actor that I don't know what he did or something. People were bullying him in the comment section.
Was it men or women? Men, Abby?
I don't know. Like, it's just the normal comment section. They were bullying him and bullying him. And Nigerians that were his fan, they stood for him and they were people bullying. Nice. They were going after those people.
Nice.
And it was so nice. Like,
we had that confidence for us. I'm telling you, that confidence. Like,
if they are not done like that, before you know it, now the next day you just see in the news this person has commented.
Yeah, but I think we also have to understand, in addition to what Amaka said, in the sense of that we cannot all undo cyberbullying the same way.
Exactly.
Some people, there are some people that in their whole life, they've never been told that they are good. They've never been told that they are nice. They've never been given words of affirmation.
Exactly.
And sometimes it might just be that the history they had from their family. Maybe their father or their mom used to tell them that you are very, very stupid. And then when you now bully them on social media, you maybe the choice of words is just confirming what
their parents
have said. So we need to be nice people. We need to be good people. Let us not, let us not be. And honestly, I've also found out about people that do cyberbullying that they also live unhappy lives. Because if you're living a happy life, I think concern you the bully person. Whatever they want to say, they want to say.
And sometimes they're just attention seekers. But they are doing it the wrong way.
Yeah, in the wrong way.
Okay, all these
let's be nice.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry guys. But this cyberbully of a thing is terrible. Because cyberbully comes with different angle too. Hackers hacking your account. That's another form of bully that people don't know. That because maybe your account is not safe enough, maybe the person is naive, it doesn't know something. It's not even about naivety. It's just because the person doesn't know. Take for example, there's this movie by Funke Akindele. Guys, if you have not seen it, it's on Prime Video. Because we are doing movie review, that she must obey.
Yes.
She must obey. And it talks about how one celebrity is the true, is the praiser, is the bully, is everything. Look at that.
Yeah.
That means this cyberbully of a thing can just be one person putting himself in
many accounts and just
okay. Before we go to the next point in that movie, how can we stop this thing?
Reality, you can't stop it. Not everybody. A friend of ours used to say something that even fools have opinions, and I think that's the truth. We're not all wise people, so people will definitely have opinions. But it's not fun. It's not fine. What I don't believe is that sometimes let the criticism be constructive. We need constructive criticism so that we don't have narcissists, so that we don't have people that have an overinflated ego. You want, but let it be. Sometimes it's just people just see things that doesn't make sense against people because either they are jealous, like that South Korean person. It might be because they are jealous of the attention he's getting. That's why I think maybe I have to go and do a study on the gender that is bullying him. Sometimes it can be men, because maybe a guy that feels that his girlfriend is giving likes, that's the crush of the girlfriend. Oh, how can you be crushing that guy? I don't like that guy.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but you cannot stop it. And we should not even try to stop it.
Really?
We should not try to stop, because one way to stop this kind of thing can also be authoritative. But I think what we need to do to limit it to the best possible level is to say, please be nice. And not just by also saying that, let us raise our children to be nice people.
That's true.
Don't say hurtful things to people, be nice people. But also there must be room, as I said earlier, for constructive criticism. We need criticism constructively.
You also remember that everybody, we are all humans. Nobody is a superhuman. The fact that this person has more money or has more followers or gets more attention does not mean the person has some magical power.
And they might even have more problems than even you.
They always have more problems.
Because the more responsibility, the more tax you take up, the more problems. And I think the difference, when I say constructive criticism, people might be like, what's the difference between constructive criticism and destructive criticism?
Yeah.
I believe constructive criticism is when you are talking about maybe what the person is all about, like things that surrounding the person, but you're not talking about the person. You're not damaging the person's personality.
Exactly.
So for me, I say I don't like the way, for example, let's say it's football, for example. I don't like the way this player played today.
Yes.
That can be constructive. I don't like the way the player plays, because I'm talking about performance and everything.
Exactly.
But when you start saying this player is a fool, he's this one, he's a very bad person, you are trying to attack the personality. Once the individual personality comes into play, that is destructive. So we should know how to talk about things in a constructive way, in a loving way, but not also destructive.
Okay, now finally on cyberbullying. Now, do you think it is the effect of parenting? We know we have talked about parenting a lot, but do you think parents knowingly or unknowingly raise their children to be bullied? Because we have seen cases. Let me just give an example. There was a certain boy at the age of maybe 3 years old, and they said, oh, somebody did something to him in class. And the mother said, anybody that do anything to you in class, do your own back. Now, and the parent was confronted that you don't train a child like that. He said, I did not give birth to a stupid child or a fool as a child. Should we say parents unknowingly try to enable their children to be bullies? What do you think, Amaka?
But this example, I don't think the child is being enabled to be bullied. I feel like the child is just being enabled to stand up for himself. Because obviously you will not tell a child to just see somebody and go and slap the person.
Okay.
But if the person do slap you, you should be able to defend you.
I know women love that part too. That's why you're supporting them.
No, I'm not supporting them. I'm just seeing it from another perspective.
I like that.
It might just be that just teaching the child to stand up for he or herself and be able to defend herself. But then most times there are some children you just see that they are natural bullies. No, it's the truth now. You can be in those those small children, they can be in class and the next thing there's one person that will just come and collect their pencil or just hit their head, they will start crying and you don't do anything. But this is a child, so how did the child suddenly become a bully? I'm sure it's not a natural inborn thing.
I think it could be. I have not really listened to any study on that, but I think it could be one way that parents indirectly make their children bullies is when children, according to Sigmund Freud, he said children are like a tabula rasa. They are empty. But one of the major things is whatever you allow a child to get away with, they will keep doing.
Exactly.
That's why I think we discussed one time about creating a monster.
Yeah.
In terms of
that was on our Spotify episode.
One way you can create a monster in a child is when you let them get away with things.
Exactly.
So one way you don't create a bully is by don't let bad behavior get away without being punished.
Exactly.
Punish bad behavior. Punish bad behavior. And if you do that, for example, a child, I remember those days when I was growing up, I would beg my children not to tell my mom.
Exactly.
Please don't tell my mom I did this. I'm sorry. I will change. Please. Because I know that if my teacher is beating me,
it's better than your mom.
Yes. It's times. And my mom will use that to torment me. You did this. Tell your dad.
And they will not stop.
And they will be, usually you just know that why did I do this mistake? But in today's schools, we have schools where parents come, the teacher discipline your child, just normal discipline. And he's going, why did they touch my child? The reality is, if you don't want them to touch your child, then you shouldn't take your child to school. Homeschool them. Because a school is also a place of learning and discipline.
Yeah, that's true.
So you cannot, it's not like you saying you are outsourcing your cleaning to your house and you are now, okay, please clean my house. You're not complaining when the cleaner is what they call it, is removing cobwebs. He said, you are taking your child to school. What are you taking your child to school to do? It's not just learning, this discipline. So I believe we need to, in as much as I know that there are limits to discipline, but we should not just be confronted. We have seen cases of parents fighting teachers because the teacher beat that child. And that child is seeing it. What do you think that child will do?
Exactly.
You say, whatever I do. I like disciplined children. No? I like it. I like my forte. I like it. Because if I say child that, I just like people that, I like to put people in their place. It's just a passion. If I see you are misbehaving, beat another, I just like to find a way to just say, no. You can't do this.
That's true.
I know we said, the lastly I would say is that when I talk about children getting away with things, when I mean children doesn't just mean people that are out of a young age.
Yes. We have adult children.
The adults are children.
Immature set of
you have
children.
Other children. Nephews. And you have to just put them to order. No, don't do that.
We're talking about order. There's, we have a lot of cloud chasers.
Yeah.
Now, I do tell people that they are great. Everybody, they chase clouds. But greedy.
Yeah.
There's some cloud chaser that they are chasing clouds, and at the same time, because most of the bloggers and all these, even people that do YouTube, as we do them, they tell you we have evidence. We have this evidence. And you will torment the person to the point that that's another form of bully. Yeah. Yes, the person made a mistake, which is bad. Everybody should know about it, maybe sometimes. But there are sometimes that you give the preference of, okay, let's talk about these things.
Yeah, this gospel artist that died recently. Is he recently? Was it
the lady that was singing?
This gospel artist that I think he cheated on his wife. Then the bloggers were now like tormenting him.
Okay.
He confessed. He asked for forgiveness.
Samuel Poso.
Yes, Samuel Poso. He asked for forgiveness. That he's sorry. It was just a one-time mistake. Forgive him. I think they kept tormenting him. Then it affected his health and he died. So that's part of bullying.
It's terrible.
People in the religious setting, they don't forgive.
And the funny thing about it is that when it comes to social media, I think Bible definitely answers every question we have. Is the case of the issue of stoning the adulterous woman. He said, he that thinks he has no sin, let him cast the first stone. I think that's just it. one of the ways you can become a much more loving person is when you know that you yourself, you're not that good. You have your flaws. There's a kind of people that are wicked are people that lack self-awareness.
Exactly.
The moment you know that, it's only by the grace of God, you will be more loving to people. So one sign of people that bully people are people that they lack self-awareness.
I think this bullying, sorry to sound religious somehow, is like a spiritual thing. Because you can just not wake up in the morning just thinking, thinking loud. You can just wake up in the morning and say, I just want to bully people today. I don't think you can just wake up and say, this morning, I'm here to bully. No, you can't do that. Yeah. But then let us go out of the movie content. But I love the way we communicate here. Yeah. Let's go to the next thing in that same movie that I love saying, and it's the lovey dolly tribe. I wish we can recreate that love in relationships. Playing cards, kissing, jumping around the there's no bar beach anymore. Maybe Korama Beach. Doing this or that. Not this love. Why is it that it's only in movies? We don't see them in real life. What's going on?
People that actually do that, they do that.
Mrs. Love, tell us more.
People that do that. Why do you have to call me Mrs. Love?
Mrs. Love.
But people that do that, people that create time to bond, they do that. But the thing there is, we go through a lot for this country.
No, honestly, but I think we always have to also find time, you know.
But really, guys, because growing up, I'm not that old, but growing up, we still have Babish then, and you see people just going to Babish to just chill, maybe a weekend. What happened to that culture?
No, people still go to the beach. Most times, the beach is always filled with people.
I've not been there for,
but not as when we were growing up.
When we are growing up, apart from all these religious people that are doing like this at the beach.
Shots fired! Shots fired.
I don't know what this with the wear white. So but apart from that, this love of a thing that we are seeing in the movie, is it actually real? Because somebody just saw a lady, and I'm going to tell you, I just want to think aloud. Can this love be attained with salary, the normal salary that we collect now?
I think let me jump on it. Sorry. I think first of all, love is a very wonderful thing. Very, very wonderful. Even as we are watching movies like this, it's making me to believe in the concept of love.
Love.
I think it's a very good thing. But in terms of this kind of love, can it be replicated? I believe you can love at your level. You can love at your level. I know that's one of the things about social media. Downside about social media is that we've been able to portray that until you do the roses, until you do these high-end things before it's love. The reality is you can love at your level. Sometimes people say, we don't have money to. It's just doing something that the other person will appreciate.
That's why we have acts of service.
Just understand what can I do. And for some people that are sane, for some people that have not built their life on, they have not built their life on fantasies. Doing the little things like getting them maybe a plate of rice. You understand? When you know that, for example, they are at work and maybe they are very, very busy and they didn't have time to go for lunch or something, or they want to go for lunch and the stress of leaving their office, just getting them a plate of maybe 3K, 4K food can just mean the whole world to the person. Because I believe the essence of love is doing things that we just like, think thoughtful things.
Yes, thoughtful.
So I believe so, but I know that sometimes when you build on fantasy, and sometimes fantasy doesn't really make sense. Buying flour wasn't a thing we used to do in this country.
No, flour is not a thing.
We need to do roses, but all of a sudden, that's why sometimes, they've done a study. Let me this last now say quickly.
Don't worry. Feel free.
They've done a study on preferences of people with respect to the movies they watch. I think it was a study they did in the US some years ago, and they found out that there was a time men used to like slim ladies.
Yes, so
the slim ladies were the but when the movies changed the ladies that were like prominent in roles, figure 8 and anything, he became figure 8.
Yes.
A time came where it was the old
Fat
big
ladies,
and they call them thick
ladies. Sorry,
thick
sorry,
ladies
guys.
and everything. So
Thick.
movies. One of the things that movies do is also to change your appetite unknowingly. We did used to do roses. Roses did not used to make sense to us.
During that period, our fathers then, I don't know.
Oh, now
Our fathers then, before, maybe they use vegetable. Because I imagine my great grandfather, my forefather.
Most times, what they used to do was act of service, in terms of acts of service or gifts, depending on whatever. Sometimes it could just be someone that had gone to the bush to hunt, coming,
bushmeat.
Carry bushmeat. It's nice. It was fine. That was, and I believe the one thing, there's a formula. The more you feed yourself on fantasies.
Yeah. This
fantasy can come in different ways, and I will expatiate quickly. The more you feed yourself on fantasies, the more you lose touch with reality, and the more what is love, genuine love, the more it reduces. The more your sensitivity for genuine love reduces. What am I saying? For example, in guys, when I talk about fantasy, I know sometimes we talk about movies. A fantasy for guys, which I believe one day we'll talk on this podcast,
exactly,
is pornography. Pornography is the major fantasy that affects men. The more a man consumes pornography, the less is in touch with reality. His choices, pornography influences your choices. I think we talk about when we talk about one of the movies, where the man is saying, "Why can't you just find him?" And reality is those kind of people don't particularly enjoy sexual activity until it's the kind of rough sexual activities. That's what that fantasy does. Fantasy for a woman is this kind of rosy. And the moment is that when they see genuine love, someone saying, "Babe, I saw fruits. I got you fruit." We're like, this is a very genuine act of love. But because you have built yourself fantasy, you say, until you buy me a rose before you love me.
Rose expensive. I don't know.
Even the food they are giving you will do you more good for your health
and
the fruit than the rose for fantasy. And that's why rose, to all the people doing rose, amazing. You can even sponsor us. We'll put your rose here. Amazing. But the reality is, we need to rid ourselves of fantasy so that we can enjoy genuine love.
Amaka, I don't know if I'm a rose person because I've not gotten to the level of rose.
Who they give my rose?
That's so feminine.
So man, not be collect rose.
Who they give
They give you rose, you will really collect.
It's out of love, out of service.
Funny enough, some people's love language is just getting them a book. People love to read. Getting them a book. You know that this person wants to buy this book. See, love is, I believe in love.
You don't believe in love?
No, I believe in love all this while. What I'm against is, there's difference between love and there's difference between love and romance.
Yes.
I don't really buy the idea of romance the way it's being portrayed, but I am a love person.
Okay. On that thought, I want you to put this, Amaka. Do you want a lovely man or a romantic man?
Ha.
Or you want both?
Ha. It's both I want.
I know. Women don't want, but really,
I cannot choose one over the other.
But which one do you think is more important?
What do you think is more important there?
But then there's no love without romance, no.
There is love without romance.
There's love without romance.
Because love,
it depends on what you actually mean by romance.
Romance, yeah.
Oh.
But really, I'm not trying to put you on the spot because maybe I'm going to do a survey very soon after every episode.
I think that would be nice.
We are going to do survey and we come out with the survey report whereby we give women and men what they think.
What do you think you want?
You want
love or romance?
Love or romance. Maybe we are going to do that.
I want love.
Okay, you want love. I've never seen men saying they want love, but I think men love respect. Respect is love to us.
Respect is love to us.
But I want to just say this because in this movie, this girl, I don't know, maybe she's in love with the guy or not, but the situation went sour when the guy made an attempt to kiss the lady the first time. Is it? He did it. They did.
Yeah,
right?
he tried to kiss her.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, this relationship became awkward. But I don't understand. Amaka, I don't know how women think because I not did that body. But how do women think? How do you expect a man to be with you for 6 months and the man will not see some trait to say, okay, let me go with this lady?
No, the thing there is, she already told him that she's not ready to be in a relationship because her past relationship ended badly.
Oh.
So she's now like scared to be in a committed
Relationship.
and she was angry at the fact that I already told you this. So why do you still attempt
Mm.
to want to kiss me?
Mm.
So that's what really happened in that scene.
Shegun, on that note, do you think the man still have a girl? He's not moral standing now. He did not know the girl was cheating
The girl will cheat on
before.
him.
No, let's see. He did not know because eventually the girl was cheating before, but normally, but he did not know that this lady was cheating. But all of a sudden, I don't know how people say they fell in love. You don't fall into love. It's either you saw something that attracted you and make the person, you now see the true nature of that person or the loving part of that person, But my question is, moral standing, do you think is a good sign for someone to always be in love with someone else while you are in a relationship? I know you have said that before.
Yeah.
Why am I in on this? Because our movies are portraying things like love that if you are with somebody before, the person you're going to meet later on will be better and you'll fall in love.
Yeah.
For guys, not even for ladies. What do you think?
That's why amazing movie. First of all, amazing movie. But sometimes bad decisions are being propagated as good ones. Or first of all, that guy that's his friend and that guy, the other guy, when your girlfriend is saying, and let's just do a deal, 5 million. If you truly love me, you will not collect any money from it entirely. So already by that scene, you just have to know that she's cheating on him.
That's true. That's for you. But the guy see the love.
But I used to believe that nobody can cheat on you without you knowing. The signs are always.
I know. I've not met some people.
Some people are very, very good at hiding things.
If you see,
some people are very good at hiding things. But in conversations, if you truly have conversations with people and you check and you are very observant, you will know that this person has the potential to cheat on you. You might not know they are actually cheating, but you know that this person has the potential to cheat on you.
Wow.
You will know. So someone that says, let's have a deal, this one, man, it shows this person does not love you. So, and if the person doesn't love you, then that means definitely they are going to love somebody else.
What about I want to defend the lady a little bit because I'm looking at this.
That's not where you have
Let me try now.
Okay.
Okay. Let me try. This girl, she tried to.
Shoot.
Yeah. You know what? I of the opinion that the guy seems, the way they portrayed that guy at the beginning, is like he needed money for the foundation. And the guy is looking like someone that is not well to do. And the lady was saying, 5 million should be okay to help both of us. Out of love.
But the money was not paid to the girl. It was paid to the girl.
Then I still love.
You see,
take care of the girl.
There's no way.
Why would she even want to collect money? She's supposed to stand in her ground and no. Scatter everything. Say
why
the
would
truth.
you?
Why would you collect money?
It's just like someone coming now. I have a girlfriend and someone is coming there. Take 5 million. Or take so amount of money.
Let me borrow your man for a while.
Are you kidding me?
And you will collect the money.
I pencil away the bowl. So I just believe a lot of things we see, not in this movie per se, but a lot of things we see in movies as we keep saying is there's a way to write stories that will impact life.
Well,
you don't have to propagate bad decisions. Because, for example, staying in the same house
definitely
in 6 months with a man. For me, it's bad. It's bad decisions, and these things
are happening.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly what's happening.
Are you something because this is programming?
Yes, no, it's there.
The reality is whatever you are watching, by and large, influences your mindset.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes it's when you are not even thinking that's where you got the idea from that the idea will pop up.
Exactly.
So when you watch this kind of things and it stays in your subconscious and one day you just act out.
But Amaka, you said you wanted to say something.
Like I wanted to say that this happens like real life currently is happening. There are some places you go to that you can actually be in a restaurant and a man and his wife might come and just approach you and tell you, I want you to have what do you call it?
I don't know.
Pleasurable friction with us.
Okay,
for so amount of
People
money.
say it. Even there's a particular lady that said it one time. She was in an high-end restaurant in Lagos, and actually the couples were not Nigerians, they were abroad and they came, you're nice, my husband likes you. They were maybe open relationship, polyamory, and like, can we have you for the night? We'll pay you this and everything.
Have you for the night?
If I'm in that kind of situation, what I would do is if I'm with my girl and somebody comes and say, I would like your girl for a night, I'll give you 10 million, 20 million. I'll say, babe, what do you think? No, I'll say, what do you think? I'll say, what do you think? I'll appear as if I'm in agreement. What do you think? If you say, should I do it?
That's all. It's over.
It's over. I believe we should be able to test ourselves in relationship. It's something that, and that's one of the things I've always enjoyed watching Nigerian movies. You know, I've been saying a lot of things about Nigerian movies, but one of the things I love watching about Nigerian movies is those scenes where somebody is rich, asks poor to gauge if they truly love him. I like those scenes because I believe we should be able to test people. Yeah, and sometimes you cannot get a better chance to test the loyalty of your partner than when money is really involved. What do you think?
But that's awkward. That's
should we do it? And when she says,
should I do it?
What do you think? I don't say, bro, I don't give up. Pick on. I don't discard them. I know your money. I don't discard them.
But really, that is crazy. This concept of open relationship, maybe we are going to talk about it.
Open relationship, man.
Wait. This is shocking, though. We are in a restaurant. I'm just trying to picture it, guys. Let's picture it together.
Just have it at the back of your mind that it's happening.
It's happening, yeah.
Currently,
Sure.
And most times it's not even Nigerian couple. Nigerian couples,
yeah. But the reality is, those kind of things, it's not just for everybody. It's the high end, the 1%. There's a kind of scenes and acts that is not meant for just everybody. No, we know this is the creme de la creme.
That be the premium,
the bourgeois. Those are the people. So kind of scenes cannot be afforded by mere nepions or mere proletariat. Mere mortals. Those are for the high end. So those are what we call. There's a popular. So what we use now, A-list scenes. A-list scenes. There are scenes that are A-list. If you are not there, you can't sing.
You can't sing that scene. You know, when the poor want to sing, it's like, oh, no man, that's normal. But when the rich want to sing, like there's one that was trending. There was one that was trending that back then, that this man, this guy in the government in one African country like that, have videos of
those are
all women.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is the highest level of sin.
Those kind of sins, you have to sponsor it with money and power. Sins there is not just all those sins now, 2 naira sins.
You know, since I could just say, I don't reach this sin. I don't reach this level.
Make sure that self give. Okay, make sure that allow people make money so that they could see this guy.
Well, sorry, on the right hand, not really. When people come reach heaven or anywhere that they call them for their religion, and Jesus say, now Satan make you do amo. It's Satan that make me
tell you, no.
I don't do.
Even me, I think shock for this
thing. But truly.
Oh, God.
I think polyamory most times you can't see a poor person doing polyamory.
Yes, no.
I'm so sorry for it's not something that's common.
It's not common.
I know extramarital affairs can be, but the reason why you need money or position of power to do polyamory, I know I don't talk about polyamory,
yeah, but I know.
But like open relationship is because you need to have something that is way more than just love to sustain the other partner from living.
Exactly.
Like because people that do polyamory, you see that they're not jealous.
I don't understand.
I'm a very jealous person.
God, he wasn't even jealous.
Yes. And jealousy is not bad. There's good jealousy and bad.
Yes.
Jealousy, the good one just simply means
just
being protective.
Protective of what you have.
I'm very protective. I will not approve that.
No, but Shegun, really, I'm just like this. So I have a wife, and if I have a wife, and somebody just come, looking.
I'll show him to cut. No, I will. No, first thing that come to my mind is first of all to go fist fighting, but I don't want to
because you can't, man. Because the moment I'll just first of all look at my wife, if I'm married or anything, look at my wife and say, let me see the reaction. Because if you don't do the action, I will say,
You do the action. I have to beat two of them together.
No,
no, I don't want to physical violence. No, I'm not supporting physical violence. I will take them to court.
Both of them to court.
Yeah. They harassed me.
Oh God, this movie, guys, just check it out really. But after you have seen the movie or you are seeing it right now, just so that what we do about movie here is just to make sure that we give you some details beyond the level of the movie.
Yeah.
So you can learn new things.